You might have ended up with this conclusion that ChatGPT-4 is much more stronger than ChatGPT-5. Is it really true, or we need some trick in order to use ChatGPT-5 better? I don't want to talk about the comparison between two models, but I'd like to provide you this trick that might provide you better results. So, something that released in the new version of ChatGPT is that it has auto model. What do I mean by that? It means that based on the prompts that you are writing here, it tries to find out the appropriate model for your prompt. So it could be mini, it could be reasoning, it could be 5.0 and etc. or other models. So the point is, it could have some bias towards to mini version, but it's my personal opinion. I cannot prove that. Something that I'd like to tell you is that the mini versions takes less resources than upper models. For instance, when you're using the mini version, it takes less resources than reasoning. So it could be one of the reasons that automatically ChatGPT tried to use mini version rather than a complete or comprehensive version, because it's taking less resources and it's less computational intensive. I know that it could prompt you for upgrading your plan, but in general, maybe it's using the mini version in order to answer you. So one of the good trick for that is you can manually set it for the model that you're preferring. For instance, here you can choose which model you want to use in order to answer your question. But unfortunately, in ChatGPT Plus is available. You cannot use it in free version like my own in this example. So something that you can do is when you're writing your prompt here, okay, just assume that I wrote it my prompt here. At the end, try to add something that makes ChatGPT to think more, to spend more time to answer that. For instance, you can tell it, think about it. Or you can tell it, don't answer without thinking. So this kind of word enforces ChatGPT to you thinking and the better models to answer you. So the trick is really simple. At the end of your prompt, add this sentence that please focus on that part. Think carefully. Answer me precisely. I don't know which of them it could be very practical for you, but you can just test them all in order to find out the best sentence or the best word in order to enforce ChatGPT to do that for you. So it's really a great trick for you. So prompts can somehow bias ChatGPT. And I remember this point that OpenAI talked about not using thank you or being thankful to ChatGPT because it consumes a lot of resources to process your prompts. So this is the point. You have to do them manually. I know that auto model selection, it could be very practical for you and you're getting bored of selecting the appropriate model for yourself, but honestly, this is not the point here. It's not the case here. It's better to choose it manually or add some sentences or phrases or words in order to enforce it to use better models rather than just use mini version. And mini version, honestly, it's not practical. Maybe for some tiny tasks it could be useful, or you want to need a very rapid response for your something that you're asking, but in general mini version is not very useful for you. So this is why that you get answers that are not useful for you. And we didn't have this type of auto model selection in the previous versions, but now something that released in this version is auto model selection. As you see here, I just talked to ChatGPT. I've been overthinking these days. How can I solve it? And immediately it provided me this answer. And as you see, there is no thinking. There is no very, I don't know, complex ideas or something that it could be related to the upper models or higher models. But now I am telling this, I don't like your response. Think about it and provide me very practical solutions and even plan for it. Let me just pass it. And as you see here, it's thinking longer for a better answer and providing actionable plans. So this is the time that ChatGPT is using upper and better models in order to provide you better answer, and it consumes more resources in order to provide you that answer. So as you see, even it's thinking for more than seconds, and we are waiting for an answer, and it provides you much better version of the previous answer and response. And it could be very practical to tell you that I haven't chosen the model myself. It's been chosen automatically in order to provide me a better answer. So, okay, it's done, and it thought for 51 seconds, and of course it provides you a much better plan in order to reduce your overthinking. Actually, immediate 2-minute toolkit, a simple decision rule system, daily habits, and reduce overthinking, and even day 14-day action plan, exactly day by day. It provides you what exactly you have to do in order to reduce the overthinking, and it's really crucial. And most of the time, this is something that I'm looking for, but sometimes you want to just talk to the chatbots like ChatGPT in order to improve your English. And in that time, maybe mini version, it could be useful for you. I know that most of the time we don't have that much time to wait, for instance, for 51 seconds, but this is only an example that if it didn't provide you the response that you were looking for, it's better to use these kind of sentences in order to enforce ChatGPT use better models. So as you see here, it's much better answer than the previous one. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, love you, bye bye.